And we are live. Let's get some laps in on Valencia while before I watch you guys race. Ja, ek is op Raceway server nou. Nou, sal ek net oor switch wanneer tyd is vir julle reis. Okay, let's go driving. Tyd om 'n ander setup te try. Hallo Mad Max, hoe gaan het? It's been a while. Dankie vir die hart, Mad Max, ek waardeer. Hoe lyk dinge aan jou kant? Ja, nee, dinge is heel rustig hierdie kant ook. Besig om voor te berei vir Valencia. Ons liga met reiswys gaan weer donderdag aand op begin. So ek spandeer so 'n bietjie tyd op die trek net dat ek weer kan gewoond raak aan bestuur. Dit is nou 'n hele paar weke wat ek af is. En ja, dan 8uur is daar 'n MNR reis van my ouens gaan daar so reis. So gaan so oefen nou vir die uur en dan 8uur se kant oorspring en dan hulle reis kyk. Ek is bly om te hoor. Normale Nürburgring of was het Noordschleife wat jy gery het? En Kolkrat as jy sê het 'n lekker reis gehad. Nice man. Laaste paar reisies was shocking. Ja, dis altyd by GP ek van. Is altyd weird gebeur. Jy het so stint van reises wat net goed gaan. Ewe skielik aan slaan die kaklak en dan trek jy net daarso en dan maak jy saak wat jy doen, hoe veilig jy ren nie. Daar's net altyd een of ander gemors wat gebeur. Verstaan jy heeltemal. Oef, 9 ure Monza. Daarom is dit Monza. So net nie pas op vir turn 1, maar 9 ure is lank om te fokus. 3 per span, so wat 3 ure stints. Ja, Mad Max is hier so in my chat. Wow. Waarom 'n 3-man span? Een eerstens, dus 8 mandatory pits, so jy net nodig om 1 uur op te sit. Is slim om so te doen, jy spaar jou drivers, maak seker dat niemand soos regtig uitgebrand word, jy weet ons as mense in daai zone inspring, en dan, jy spring so diep in daai zone en dit maak nie saak of waar ongeluk voor jou is nie, jy verloor tyd, jy gee nie om nie, so die 1 uur ding is skerp. We're seeing you on Thursday. Hello. Oh, some racing solutions. Thursday for Raceface. Yes, sir. I am running in the Raceface series. Ja, almal het ook nie 3 ure om dit te sit nie. Yep, dis die feit, dis feite daai. Vote for what team are you running in Raceface Thursday nights? It's rude to ask people's names here, so I won't do it. See you then, bro. What's your racing name? Chris Greef. Car number 85 in XTR. I don't mind sharing because, I mean, I'm not hiding anything under that. But I won't be asking for your name, or, you know, I need to focus. Won't be asking your name or anything here. For what team are you running? Thanks so much for the likes, Mad Max. I do appreciate it. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Now we'll definitely see you. Kia for Yoon. I recognize that name. Didn't Fuyun drive a Porsche the last season? Or am I wrong? Thinking of the wrong person now. He was driving in gold. Am I correct in saying that it was Fuyun that was driving the Porsche in gold? Drove the Mohawk last season. Okay. Gotcha, okay. Okay, I get you. Yeah, no, that's all good. We'll see you. I'll definitely see you on the track. Let me think. Do I recognize any of the cars? Drove a Merc. Was it the two-tone car? I know the Merc might have been a two-tone car. Switching to Ferrari season, he's in a Porsche now. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I know, I have an idea now who I'm talking to. He's going with a Porsche now. Ooh, isn't that a dangerous choice? Matching liveries on Merc and BM, and it's our profile picture. Okay, I get you. What class are you guys aiming for this season? I have got no idea what class I'm going to be in because I'm high up enough technically to get a promotion, but I'm too far away from the leading pack in order to get a promotion. I was just consistent in showing up for the races, not really performing way too well. So I'm in that weird spot at the moment where I don't know whether or not I'm going to stay in gold or get moved up to Pro-Am. Hopefully I stay in gold, and if they give me the option, I would prefer to stay in gold. It is, but he's starting to feel comfortable with the Porsche. Yeah, the Porsche is an interesting car. It's very much a car that relies on the throttle a lot more than it does the brake for getting through the corners. Only did 6 races now. I'm silver. Okay, gotcha. Then you'll be driving against some of my guys in my team. We'll definitely see you on track. Skis, Mad Max, can you rephrase that? Ek is nie seker wat jy daar so probeer sê nie. Let me just get off the track for this guy. I need to adjust tire temps anyway. Okay, tire tips. Geen seeding to see what league. Nog nie. Hulle is nog besig. They're still working on the seeding to see who is going to be in which class. They usually figure it out a couple of days beforehand, so that they can just get the numbers right for all of the classes. 8. 25-4. 200-minute milestone. Nani? Let me just quickly go turn off my heater. It's starting to get warm here. Alrighty. 200-minute milestone. Is this some kind of thing that's showing up on my screen, Mad Max? There we go, back. Wrong button. Eh? Okay, that's temp sorted out. Let me save the setup. Okay, let's go see how the car feels now. There. This chair. Oh! No, got notifications that I've watched your stream combined of 200 minutes. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for the support. I was the one that wiped out Thomas on Zandvoort by mistake. Oh, that incident. Okay, ouch. Yeah, that was rough. But first season is always rough. There's always some kind of incident that happens. But you know what? You learn from the situation and move on, eh? What game? Finesse, this is a Seto Corsa Competizione. Welcome to my stream. Definitely learned from that. Lol, was a complete mistake on my part though. Felt so bad. You know, it happens. It happens. First season is always rough. I mean, my very first race was at Spa, and I took out someone as well by accident. So it's always the first season where there's some kind of accident that you cause. I want to join, but I have it on PC as well as this ranked. I am not really in a race right now. This is a league that I am prepping for. But what I'll do is I'll get off the track over here. Thank you so much for the followers. I do appreciate it. Let me quickly get this link set up over here. I've got a nice little link tree that I made where you can find all kinds of information and leagues to join that is active right now. There's quite a lot of them. So whether or not you're on console, PC, doesn't matter. Hey, why is my computer not working with me? Where is this now? Why can I not enter my chat? Okay, managed to get into my chat here now. Okay, so I've got a little link tree set up over here. You can go and have a look at this. There are various leagues and all kinds of things that are set up over there. So yeah, wish I could be practicing right now, but I'm at work. Damn, lost connection. So yeah, Finesse, I sent the link out over here. Oh, you got it there. Yeah, so you can just click on that. It's a little link tree that I created where you can just access all kinds of information. I personally am running in the Thursday Night League. It is still a couple of days before it starts, so just go and get the information over there, and then yeah, the admins should sort you out. If you prefer other leagues, there's like the Monday night one that is running, well, obviously on Mondays. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff over there. Go check it out. Hopefully it'll get you on your way. Alrighty. Let me get my music back on, and then I can get back on the track here. Is that a Mercedes that I see joining the chat over here? Your husband's gonna scream at you again. So yeah, let me get back to work, but I'll catch you again soon. Good luck with the practice. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, then I'll check you on Thursday night. Hopefully I'm still in the AM server. Hopefully I do not get promoted to Pro-Am. I really do not want to have any... I want to go be the slowest in the Pro-Am set. Hy plaas internet sukkel so 'n bietjie vanaand. Mad Max, ek is actually op fiber nou, so dit behoort nie om enige issues te gee nie. Swear dat dit issues maak. Hello Mercedes, how's it going this evening? So yeah, just a bit of a recap. I'm just getting in some practice right now. At 8 o'clock I will be switching over to the MNR race that Bouwmeester, Webner and Thomas is driving in, just to go and give them a bit of support and to also tune them when they crash off the track and make sure I catch it on stream that when they are crashing and causing problems. So I'll be sure to do that as well. So yeah. So Mercedes, I've got this idea. Why don't you support your husband by standing with a wooden spoon close by, and if he gets into an accident, then just give him like a quick whack so we can recondition him away from the accidents. We can watch T1 Wreckfest again like Alami. Yeah, pretty much, Mad Max. That is what we are going to do. So what do you think, Mercedes? Are we going to recondition Bouwmeester so that he crashes less? Whack him with a wooden spoon? Every accident? It'll be realistic because if he gets... It'll be more realistic because then when he gets into an accident, he'll actually feel the accident, you know? So it's a more immersive experience. Wooden spoon got it. Let's go. That's gonna be funny. We didn't even get to T1 if I remember. It happened on the straight. Oh no. It was a chamors. It was just before turn 1 that the chamors happened. But yeah, no, we will be there for tonight's shenanigans to see what happens. I'm not a massive fan of this track. You have to connect the corners, and my driving is exceptionally average. So it's very easy to lose time here. Thank you so much for the likes. I do appreciate it. Right now, it's not that interesting. I'm just getting in some practice time. Figured I might as well do a stream. And then, yeah, at 8 o'clock, we're going to move over to watching the Monday Night Racing League and the shenanigans that's taking place over there, so that we can hit Bouwermeester with a wooden spoon if he causes or gets into an accident again. Am I racing in 8 as well? Nah, I'm not racing tonight. I don't do the Monday night races. The only one that I'm really committing to is the Thursday night races. So Thursday, I will be behind the wheel for a race. Mercedes, you know why I'm busy shaking my head. Maybe you must get that. Maybe you must get that spoon ready somewhere now already. Another thing that is due to happen sometime this week, hopefully it'll be by Wednesday at the latest, we are going to get our new livery for the upcoming season. So I will be doing a stream of that so that we can show off what our new set of cars are going to look like for the upcoming race season. On my way to get the spoon, don't worry. Thank you, Mercedes, I appreciate it. Go get that spoon. I'm so happy my viewers can't hear what I'm hearing right now on Discord. So yeah, hopefully soon we will sort out our livery. And then by Wednesday at the latest, we'll have all of the liveries sorted. Then we can show off the new cars and what they're going to look like. I also have a bit of a secret special setup coming, that is with regards to liveries. We are going to be doing more than one livery this season. The second one is a surprise. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but be ready. There's going to be more than one livery revealed. The second one is quite special. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with that one. Yeah, no, Mercedes, you'll be able to appreciate the situation that we have. As I say, it's a secret, so I'm not going to reveal too much information about it. But as soon as you see it, you're going to know exactly where the inspiration or what it's got to do with. As soon as you see it, you'll be able to understand what's going on. Quite excited about it myself. It's the first time that we are running 2 liveries in the season instead of 1. Okay, tire temps look like they've settled down. I might need to make a couple of adjustments to the actual setup just to see if I can squeeze another couple of hundreds of seconds out of here. Driving like rubbish though. But it's just practice today, so not too stressed. I'll check your message now, Mad Max. I've got a bit of green fever going on here. I want to see if I can set my PB on this track. Just getting the flow to work, speed comes after that. Ain't that the truth? And yes, PB 132. Getting there, getting there. Yeah, no, whenever I prepare for the tracks, I don't particularly care about speed, all of that much. It's more just about just getting around the track, just drive. A lot of people just want to watch videos and then expect that they'll get faster. I'm one of those people. I have to go drive a track or do a million laps to figure out what the hell it is that I'm actually doing. I will say this though, when you're learning a track for the first time, it is important to go watch a video so that you can learn where the brake markers are, and then after that you can go and focus on just driving on the track and finding a groove and a line that works for you. So yeah, I got my PB so far for tonight. I'm happy with that. Broke into, that's a horrible turn. Got into the 132s. That is an improvement from last night, and if I can keep that up, if I can get to a point where I'm just running 132s, then I'm more than happy for my class. No race on attack, go do 20. If I've never raced on the track, I go do 20 laps. Yo, Mad Max, you are seriously good then. 20 laps is not good enough for me. Maybe 20 laps in one session for me. I have to drive every day up until the point where it's race day. When watch a track guide and then practice with no race line. Yeah, I don't do any race line or anything like that. But I do go watch videos just to figure out sliding. I do go watch videos just to figure out where the brake markers are and then take it from there. Hello Vaxi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome, welcome. This is Valencia. I'm not currently running in a race. I am prepping for a league race that is coming on Thursday. On a different note though, there's still 15 minutes left, then we are going to switch over to watching a race for some of my friends that's on my team for the Thursday night race. They also participate in another league that I'm not driving. So in 15 minutes we're going to switch over to the Monday night race that is also going to be here at Valencia if I'm not mistaken. Just learn the track layout, need to know what corners what. If you don't know the layout, then track guide means nothing. That's also true. Fair enough, Max. You're not wrong there. Woo! Not used to the car now. being lower weight. What is the time now? Okay, just up over 1/4 past. So in about 13-14 minutes, we're going to switch over to go and support drivers from my team as they participate in the Monday night race. Mercedes, make sure you get that spoon ready so that we can bliksem Bouwermeester if he gets into an accident in lap 1 again. We must recondition him for safe driving. I think my tires are good. Car is a lot more slidey now with low fuel. Let's go to pit. Got it right here. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, let's see what other adjustments I need to make to this car. Bring tires down a bit. Let's see, what can I do? Let's see. Can't adjust the rear wing, it's already on its max. Ride height. Increase that a little bit. Let's bring this down a little bit. Okay, let's see. Let's bring this down a bit. Bring this up by 1. Let's take this to 55.6. Okay. Can't adjust that, it's already on max. Can't adjust that, it's on max. Okay. Let's go with that. Yeah, okay. Let me someone check what my fuel is going to be for Thursday now that I'm here. Okay, so total fuel for this track at the moment is sitting at 115. Okay, second pit stop. That is going to be 1 liter of fuel. Then this. Let's work it off of 120 for now. So it's 60. 60. But the type of driving that I do, I prefer to go pit before the leaders because I'm a little bit slower than them. So maybe start off with 55, then add 60 liters of fuel, and then for my second pit stop, add 1 liter. Okay, that'll do for now. I'll keep on refining this as the days goes on. Setup is okay. It's not great, but it's not horrible. But I'll keep on tweaking it until I'm comfortable with it. Okay. Let's go see how the setup feels. Or no, I should actually take a break now. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to go back to the intro screen. Thank you so much for the likes. I do appreciate it. It's 10 minutes before the MNR race starts, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break, about 5-minute break. Then I'll be back and start getting everything ready and sorted. So see you guys in a minute. I'm going to go back to the intro screen. Don't go away. 5 minutes from now, I'm going to start the live up again. Well, I'm not going to finish off the live, just going back to the intro screen. I should actually make like a break screen or something like that now that I think about it. And then, yeah, we are going to be watching the MNR race for Bouwermeester, Wepner, and Thomas. All right, is daar plek? Vanessa, ek weet nie, praat jy van vanaand se MNR race. Ek dink nie jy gaan nou plek kry nie, maar dis 'n liga, so jy moet soort van registreer vir dit. Maar as jy vinnig maak, kan jy gou vinnig kyk daarso onder die ligas wat ek op daai link wat ek vir jou gestuur het vir Monday Night Racing. Ek gou vinnig kyk wat die ding se naam is. Jy soek vir Monday Night Racing, MNR League en ACC. Dit is die Valencia track. En ek kry nou chatter van die agtergrond hier, so ek is besig om 'n Discord te sit. Die ouens sê dit is oop. So ja, jy moet net die Discord join en dan na drivers briefing toe gaan en dan ja, dan kan jy dit van daar af uitsorteer. Ek sal gou hierdie link weer uitstuur hierso, dan kan jy net die goedjies daarso kry. So ja, net om te confirm, dit is PC only D, maar as ek reg onthou het jy gesê jy is op PC. Baie dankie Chom. Ja, jy's meer as welkom. Okay, daarso gaan check, dan kan jy jouself uitsorteer. Hulle begin 8 uur, so ek stel voor jy gaan spring in daai Discord en kyk wat daarso aangaan. Alright guys, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to take a little bit of a break before we switch over to the MNR. 100. Great stuff for this. Bly om te hoor. So yeah, I'm just going to switch over to my intro screen again, and then in a few minutes I'll start setting things up for the MNR race. See you now.
green light. Go, go, go.
To work quite a bit for it. I mean, it's obviously also the new car this year, so we had to figure out a bit how to work with it and how to get lost. The Mercedes have been very strong all season. It's been not easy to beat them, but we did a few times, and I think we are where we are. I think we deserve a bit to have these points. We had to work for it, so hopefully we can end this one.
We already have two challenges in a row, so that's why we make it three. We know Valencia is a good track for Mercedes, and not so much for the Audi, but we also know we have an evolution from last year. So yeah, let's see how it goes, but I believe if we can just be consistent and just score good points and just do our best, we should be in the mix. So yeah, let's see how it goes, but the goal is definitely to be champions.
3 race wins on the way to Timo Bozzolowski and Raffaele Marciello this season. Traditionally, they tend to come out on top of race 2, for which Raffaele qualifies. Key to their chances this weekend is going to be the pace of Timo Bozzolowski in the qualifying session and how close to the opposition he can stay in the opening stint of the opening race. For Raffaele Marciello then, this is an important weekend.
Yeah, let's say they're quite strong now. They showed what they like really good with the front for them, I think. So not be easy because even in both races they will be second both races. They still be checked in sprint, but I mean the result overall for me. So I was actually quick with this and say you in sprint and you give me over on them.
Early July, Asano, Silver Cup wrapped up in favour of Pierre-Alexandre Jean and Denise Powell. That means they come here with no pressure and are looking for a second outright win of the season. Ferrari has been the class act within the Silver Cup this year. Two young drivers, one French, one Belgian, have been amongst the standouts of what's been an ultra-competitive sprint cup.
We have a nice car to first, the sun, nice track. We're having fun in the car, so yeah, we always try to have fun, and I think it's the most important when you take pleasure in the car. The good times always follow, so I think this is part of the secret. Also, we won the silver championship, so this take out a bit of pressure. We still play something.
Alrighty, and I am back. Let me just adjust my camera over here. There. Alrighty. So yeah, we're just waiting for the guys to finish up their driver's briefing. They will be driving at Valencia. Temperature is currently at 28. We are going to go over into qualifying soon. I'm waiting the arrival of my first setup on console based. Any advice on getting to the MSA leagues? Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know much about the MSA leagues. Oh, I need to change my aspect ratio. Yeah, no, I don't know too much about the MSA leagues. What I can do though, once again referring to my little Linktree setup that I have, let me just go and get it over here. There is a Facebook group listed here somewhere. Let me just see if I can get it. You can join that group and they should be able to send you on your way to get into MSA. Are you excited for your first setup, man? What are you looking to get? While I find this group for you quickly. Where is this? It's this one, if I'm not mistaken. So go check out this Facebook group. You should be able to ask them over there and they'll be able to assist you in getting into contact with the guys that are running MSA. Yes, we've got an R5 and SRP lights just waiting on the wheel on the stand. Lacquer, man. Yeah, no, I'm also running the R5. Top tip, when you are getting you've got the SRP lights. I also have the SRP lights. Get the Alien mod. Let me go find a link for this for you already. Don't know, do you have the Alien mod installed about it? Do you know about it? So essentially the SRP light pedals, they don't have load cells in them. Yeah. Talking about the load cell, yeah. I've got the spring kit in for now. Gotcha. Yeah, do you need a link for the load cell for the future? Or do you have one set up? I assume you went through EG Evolved or Simulator Cave when purchasing your setup. Great stuff, yeah. If ever in the future, if you want to get into contact with more guys or more communities or whatever the case may be, give me a shout. You can send me a message anytime on TikTok and then I'll respond to you as soon as I can. So yeah, as I said, we're just waiting for the guys to finish up their driver's briefing now. Then we are going to move over to qualifying and then we'll have a look and see what happens. Yeah, no, the R5 kit is what I also have. It is really great. And once you get that load cell kit in, it is really a nice setup. I did upgrade the wheel. I got a KS wheel now that I got secondhand. Got a pretty nice deal on it, so very happy with that. So yeah, no, the R5 setup, it'll take you a long way. But of course, it's 5 Newton meter. Later on, I'm at that point now where I'm starting to itch for the R9 or the R12. But if I'm gonna do an upgrade, I first have to get pedals, and yeah, dropping 20 grand for an upgrade is not really in the cards for me right now. But we'll see what happens in the future. Eh? You never know what happens. But you made a solid choice with the R5. Okay, looks... Oh, something is happening. Yeah. Okay, we are now going on to the qualifying for these guys. Let me see if I can find our driver. So just a reminder. Okay, I need to click on drive actually. Just a reminder, we are... Why is this thing not working? Come on. Let me just restart my caster app that I have over here. Hey! Streaming gremlins are kicking in tonight. Come on. Okay. Why is my broadcaster app not working? Gremlins are kicking in tonight. Come on. Just waiting for this thing to sort out. In the meantime, let me get into the point of view, the old-fashioned way, into one of our drivers. We have got 3 drivers that will be supporting tonight. That is Herman Wepner. Then we have got Chris Bouwermeester, and last but not least, Rick Thomas. So we're going to go on to the perspective of Herman Wepner now while I try to fight the gremlins over here and get this stupid application to cooperate. Why did the music stop? Play. I'll just put it a bit softer. Okay, music's back. Can my stupid broadcasting app cooperate now, please? So we're on the perspective of Herman Wepner here. He's on his out lap now. We've got 13 minutes left of this qualifyings. Herman is on his first lap now. Let's see what he manages to do here at Valencia. Why is my app not connecting? Oh, something's happening. Let's try this again. So Herman here out on his first lap now after the out lap for qualifying. We'll see if he'll have a nice smooth run. Herman does feel pretty confident on this track. If I'm not mistaken, he was running 131s here in practice yesterday. So we'll see what he manages to do now. Hopefully he does not get stuck in the traffic up there in front of him. It's always a pain when you're doing your qualifying and you get stuck behind other cars that slow you down. Come on, ACC broadcaster, why are you giving me trouble? Okay, we're just going to watch Herman finish his lap over here. Then I'm just going to unfortunately quit back to the main menu. Might need to restart the game because the broadcasting app that I'm using is giving me issues. So we'll see what Herman does here. He got a 132 on his first lap. Okay, so let's quickly move on and see how things are going for Bouwermeester. If I can find him the old-fashioned way. Okay, we are here on Bouwermeester. Bouwermeester is still on his first lap over here now. So his out lap is completed. We'll see what he can do. And as soon as Bouwermeester has finished his lap, then I'm just quickly going to restart. We've got 10 minutes left of this qualifying before the race. Okay, Bouwermeester coming around the last corner over here. Let's see what time he manages to get for qualifying. Bouwermeester getting a solid 131, currently sitting in third place ahead of Herman Wepner. Okay, so while they are busy carrying with that, I am quickly just going to quit out to the main menu, see hopefully I can sort out the rubbish that I'm having over here with this stupid broadcasting app that I'm using. Hopefully this will solve the problem. Otherwise, I might need to restart the game quickly while they are still busy with their qualifying. Okay. Alrighty, the broadcasting app is working now, thank goodness. Okay, that managed to solve the problem over here. Just get everything in order up top over here. So let's go and have a look and see how things are going with Herman. With Rick Thomas. So Rick Thomas currently on the track right now, currently sitting in 11th place. Looking to improve on his time. Having a pretty decent run so far. He's up about half a second at the moment. So we will see whether or not he will be able to improve that. In terms of our standings for the rest of the team, we have got Herman Webner, who's currently sitting in 4th place. Then we have got Chris Bouwermeester, who's sitting in 5th place. He must be scared to death because his wife Mercedes, who's probably here in chat as well, I gave her clear instructions. He must sit with or stand behind him with a wooden spoon for first lap to ensure that he does not get into an accident. We have to simulate an accident more carefully. So she's gonna whack him with a wooden spoon if he gets into accident in lap 1. Rick Thomas driving the McLaren over here. About half a second up, so coming around the last corner over here. Let's see how this has got an impact on his qualifying times or his starting position. Chris Boot 22, thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. You caught us at the right time. We are busy watching the qualifying for MNR, for the MNR ACC League. Rick Thomas managing to improve his time, was at 11th place and now sitting in 7th place. So he's having a decent run over here. Let's quickly have a look and see how things are going. Okay, we're now on Chris Bouwermeester. I'm on standby with a wooden spoon. Don't worry. I'm happy to hear that. Let's see whether or not the Chris Bouwermeester can improve on his time. Mercedes is ready with a spoon there to give him a whack over the head for in case he gets into an accident on lap 1. We must have real driving conditions. We have to simulate the accident as well. So we are going to simulate the concussion if Bouwermeester gets into an accident again. Okay, Bouwermeester is currently sitting in 5th place. Let's go have a look. Herman is currently sitting in 2nd place, running a 1:31.1 by the looks of it. In the previous lap, oh my goodness, needing to dodge cars that have left the track surface. Probably got into an accident. So Herman is currently sitting in 2nd place, 6.5 minutes left of this qualifying. Then we are going to move over to the race. And considering Mercedes is standing ready with a wooden spoon, we are going to watch the race start from Bouwermeester's perspective. Herman running a bit wide over there, unfortunately invalidating his lap. Let's move over. Let's go see what's going on with Chris Bouwermeester. Having some nice smooth corners. Currently a little bit up on his time, so we will see whether or not he can string these corners together nicely in order to move up on the pack so that he can move up higher. Stefan Simon, thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. You came just at the right time. There's 5 minutes left for the Monday Night Racing League ACC race at Valencia. You have to excuse me. I am not the best caster. Oh my goodness, Bouwermeester, where are you going? Running a bit wide there, unfortunately, missing the braking corner. So let's quickly go and have a look and see what is going on with Rick Thomas, who's a little bit further back. So yeah, this is the MNR League. They are driving at Valencia. This is ACC. A couple of my friends who are participating in this league, who I drive with, are also participating in this league, and we're going to show them some support. You have to excuse me. I am not the best caster. Oh my goodness, Rick Caster's curse hitting him as well. Going for a bit of a spin there. There must have been a cute goal in the stands or something. Let's quickly see what's going on with the rest of the guys while Rick is now in the pits. Bouwermeester got on his lap again. Let's see if he can string some corners together. Yeah, I have got the personality of the brick, and my dyslexia does not help me much either, Stefan. So unfortunately, I will be screwing up a lot. But it's always good to learn. Bouwermeester a bit down on his time now, unfortunately. But luckily, he's still sitting in 7th place. Then we've got Rick Thomas, who is sitting in 9th place. And then Herman Webner, who's still running off the 1st place. Hard in 2nd at the moment. 4 minutes left of this qualifying. Chris Bouwmeester having a nice, clean, solid start. He's currently down on his time, which is great. You streaming on any other sites? Not at the moment, Zed. I am mostly going to be working here on TikTok for the time being. I do have plans for the team in the future where I am going to get hold of some casters so that we can have have another stream running on Twitch or possibly on YouTube. I haven't quite decided yet where it's going to be over there. I already built the blueprint for all of that and the layout and all of that's going to be. But yeah, finding good casters is pretty tricky these days, and considering it's paid positions, I have to be very careful on who I end up putting in the position, because if they don't have access to ACC, I'm going to have to buy them the game and then pay them a weekly fee as well in order to run. So that's the plans for 2027. But for the time being, I'm just getting some exposure here on TikTok to give the guys a fair chance so they can be seen for all of their hard work. You know what, the guys spend, you know by now, people spend a lot of money on this and they are extremely dedicated. Invitation to co-host. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen. Whoever that was, I'm not going to do a co-host here. But yeah, so in the future, we are going to be having things running on Twitch. But yeah, as I say, I still have to find the right casters, and considering I'm going to invest quite a bit of money in them, I have to find the right ones for it. But for now, just here on TikTok, I'm learning how all of the streaming works so I can go in with a better view for when we actually upgrade to the point where we get to Twitch. I mostly just run the short form content, so all of like the short videos that you see on the account, I mostly work on those. But I figured, you know what, I've got my internet sorted now. The guys are running in other leagues that I don't drive in myself. Might as well give them their fair shot so they can get some exposure as well for all of the hard work and money that they put into their hobbies. So currently in 7th place we got Bouwmeester. Herman Wepner still running in 2nd place. That's great. Wishing you good luck. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Yeah. With any of the esports that's going on, you always see team streams and things like that, but I was quite shocked and bizarre, or flabbergasted should I say, when I move over to sim racing, because before this I predominantly worked in the Rocket League scene, and when I moved over to sim racing, there is a league stream running, there is POV streams, meaning people's own perspective when they're driving, but there's no team stream running whatsoever. None of them are running this type of format, and I was like, nah, this isn't gonna fly. So that's when I came up with a blueprint for when we have our Twitch setup running, and in the meantime I get in some good practice. So Bouwmeester in 7th place, 10 seconds left of this qualifying. We've got Rick Thomas, who's currently sitting in 9th, and Herman Wepner in 2nd place. Okay, we're now on the clock to see who still manages to get in faster times. 2.5 minutes, then we're going to have race start. We're going to watch from Chris Bouwmeester's perspective so that Mercedes can smack him with that spoon if he decides to get into any accidents in lap 1. Mercedes, you're loving this way too much. But yeah, no, as I said, we have to simulate accidents. This is sim racing after all. So we are going to simulate a concussion when this man gets into an accident on lap 1. So be ready with that wooden spoon. You know what, Mercedes, I had a great idea for when there is a wet race, so when it's raining on the track. we must actually get you like one of those squirt bottles that they use for the cats. And then while Bouwmeester is busy driving, then you can just like constantly squirt him with the water.
3 race wins have gone the way of Tibor Boguslavski and Raffaele Marciello this season. Traditionally, they tend to come out on top of race 2, for which Raffaele qualifies. Key to their chances this weekend is going to be the pace of Tibor Boguslavski. Qualifying session.
All right, timer has run out. We are almost going to race start now. So, final positions for the grid. We've got Herman Wepner, who's sitting in second place. Then we've got Chris Bouwmeester, who's going to be pulling away from seventh. And then, last but not least, we've got Rick Thomas, who is in ninth. I've got one. That is awesome. We must play a prank on Bouwmeester. Just be sure to not. You must like give him. You must squirt him, not his headset or the rig. Otherwise, he might just short circuit, and then Eskom is gonna send you one hell of a bill when you short out all of your city or place where you live. Who's sending me messages right now? I'm busy. Okay, 1 minute to race start. So, what do you think, Mercedes? We're going to play a prank on Chris. Then you get that squirt bottle ready. And when he's driving the rain, like here down his neck, just a quick squirt. I'm sure that man will get the shock of his life. Just make sure that that it happens before the race or something. Otherwise, he is going to be speaking a foreign language from all of the swearing he's going to do from the prank. "30 seconds to race starts." Just a reminder, Herman Wepner currently sitting in second place on the grid. Then we've got Chris Bouwmeester in seventh. Then we've got Rick Thomas in ninth place. SNS, thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. And thank you for the likes. I really do appreciate it. You got here just the right time. 20 seconds before race start. We are supporting some of the drivers from my team that I'm currently running. We have got Herman Wepner in second place. We've got Chris Bouwmeester in seventh place. And then we've got Rick Thomas in ninth place. We're going to be watching from Chris Bouwmeester's perspective because his wife is standing behind him with a wooden spoon to simulate for in case he gets into an accident. We're going to give the man a concussion. For in case he gets into an accident on track, we are going to simulate the real life experience. She's going to whack him over the head with a spoon. Okay, formation lap is starting. Let's go move over to this and see what is going to happen. Go to far chase cam so we can get a good perspective for in case there is going to be an accident. I'm gonna get a sim. What's the best game? SNS, it all depends on what are you running. Are you running on console? Are you running on computer? What's your gaming setup that you'll be running off of? PC. All right, in that case, I would say you can jump straight into the Lion's Den for PC. ACC, this is the game that we are running. Sorry, this is the game that we are running at this point in time, but it is a bit older. Most people, when they're starting out and a lot more user-friendly, I would suggest you look at LMU. That's Le Mans Ultimate. It's very, very new. And it's still got a very long lifespan ahead of it. Another one you can also look at, if you are rolling in the money, you can have a look at iRacing, but personally that's a bit too expensive for my taste. So yeah, the best one I would say right now, especially if you're starting off, is to get into LMU. That's Le Mans Ultimate. You can find it on Steam. Are you excited to get into sim racing? Do you know what wheel you're gonna get? Do not touch PMR. Zid, you're 100% correct. Do not get anywhere close to it's Project Motor Racing or something like that. It is one hell of a mess. So yeah, no, Zid is absolutely correct. Don't bother wasting your money. That is a mess. Oh no, monthly sub is crazy. Yeah, no, iRacing is ridiculous. I can't do that. With iRacing, you have to pay for every car, pay for every track. It's just pay the whole time. Too much for me, sorry. But yeah, LMU is great. And then also another one to keep an eye on, keep your eye on, is AC Evo. It's still very early in its development stage, but it does look like it has some promise for the future. We will probably end up moving over to LMU or AC Evo once it's a little bit further down its development line. Okay, let's get back to the race. The formation lap has been completed. You can see Bodemeister is busy dragging his brakes here so he can get some temp into the tires. He is pulling away on the inside line, which is to his benefit. Hopefully he will not get into an accident. And we've got the green light and the guys are off. Imagine buying the Miami track. Okay, Bodemeister is off. Rick is right here on the left inside of him over here. Bodemeister going to the outside. Rick overtaking, having a hell of a start over there. Bodemeister on the outside line now. Rick there on the inside line in the red and black car to the left. No accidents so far. It seems like Mercedes is going to get disappointed because she does not get to whack her husband with a wooden spoon. Okay, Rick just in front here, in front of Bodemeister over here at the moment. Still having a nice clean drive at this point of time. A train busy forming, cars getting into single file. No, Bodemeister having a bit of spin but managing to catch it. Well done. But he's in the defensive line now. But unfortunately, with the amount of momentum he lost, I don't know whether he's going to hold on to this position. Yeah, no. But still having a clean drive at this point in time. No accidents. Bodemeister currently sitting in 10th place. Then we've got Thomas in 9th place. Getting very close there, almost having an accident. And then Herman Wepner is still currently running in 2nd place. Ooh, Bodemeister hitting the sausage curb hard over there, but managing to save it again. The pressure from having his wife stand behind him with a wooden spoon is getting to him. No accidents, luckily, so far. The conditioning is working. Great stuff, Mercedes. So, unfortunately, Bodemeister dropping down to 11th place after lap 1, but managing to run a clean lap. So, no accidents whatsoever, no contact, no damage on the car. Rick Thomas currently sitting in 9th place and Herman Wepner sitting in 2nd place. We'll move over to them in a couple of laps time to see how things are going. Happy to help. Thank you so much, Mercedes. I do appreciate it. But yeah, SNS, getting back to your comment. Imagine buying the Miami track. Yeah, no, iRacing is something else, man. I can't afford to be spending money on every car, every track. No, that's just ridiculous. So yeah, I would definitely say have a look at Le Mans Ultimate. And another one to keep an eye on is, AC Evo. That is very early in its development stage now, but it looks like it's going to turn out very nice once Kuno's actually gets going. What circuit are we looking at? This is Valencia. This is the same track that I was practicing earlier. So Monday Night Racing has got this habit where they sync up their tracks that they are driving to the Race Phase League. It's very, very interesting why they do that. But yeah, so this is Valencia. It's the same track that I will be driving on Thursday night, which I will also be streaming. I'll be a hell of a lot more quiet then. But yeah. So Monday Night Racing has got this habit where they run the same track as what Raceface does on Thursday night. This is a half an hour race. There's 26 minutes left of this race. The race on Thursday will be an hour and 20 minutes. Is there a mandatory pit stop? Yes, there's one mandatory pit stop for this evening. Let's quickly move up the track here as we see Bodemeister having a little bit of... Oh, that's McLaren there having an even worse slide. Let's quickly go up the grid and see how the rest of our drivers are doing. Okay, so Rick Thomas is currently sitting in 9th place, stuck behind the BMW and Ferrari here in front of him. I don't think he is going to participate in any type of fight. He's going to wait for one of the drivers to make a mistake so he can overtake. Then we've got Herman Wepner, who's currently sitting in 2nd place. Ferrari chomping on his backside over here. There's a bit of space to the Ferrari that's in front of him. We will look back at a couple of laps and see whether or not he can make up some of that time. So yeah, 9th place we've got Rick over here, Rick Thomas. Engine, but enige iemand met MNR link asseblief, een expired. Vanessa, wat ek sal doen is, sodra die ouens nou klaar gery het, dan sal ek vir jou nog 'n link kry, 'n fresh link, sorry oor dit. Dan sal ek vir jou nog 'n link kry en dan sal ek dit vir jou aanstuur. Stuur net vir my 'n boodskap op TikTok, dan sal ek vir jou die nuwe link stuur. Sorry oor dit. Nie gedink die link gaan expire nie. So, yeah, we've got Rick Thomas is currently sitting in 9th place. I don't think he's going to engage in the fight here between the BMW and Ferrari in front of him. He generally tends to wait for someone to make a mistake. Let's go over to Bouwermeester. Bouwermeester is still driving behind the McLaren here in front of him. We will see whether or not he is going to engage in the fight over here and see if he can get a point where he can establish an overlap to the car in front of him so that he can overtake. Okay, thanks for performance. Pop view Novia. Gotcha. Thank you so much for the likes. I do appreciate it. So we are on the perspective of Chris Bouwermeester over here, who's currently sitting in 11th place. He's biding his time. He's waiting for the McLaren here in front of him to make a mistake so that he can establish overlap on the car and get a nice clean overtake. Yo, so many likes. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, what I think what Bouwermeester is waiting for, these McLarens have got a habit of swinging their backsides out when they throttle too fast out of a corner. And I'm thinking he's waiting for that type of mistake to happen and then he's going to make his move. You guys only on rigs or controller players also? Hallo Turbo. Try maar te boost. Baie dankie vir my nes. Ek waardeer dit geweldig baie. Moet net nie jou vingers seer maak nie. To answer your question, Turbo, this league is dominant, is primarily on rigs. ACC is not a very friendly, controller-friendly game. But I do know that LMU, Le Mans Ultimate, the one I was speaking about just now to, who was it? To SNS. Le Mans Ultimate is very controller friendly. So ACC, this game specifically, is more designed for rigs. But Le Mans Ultimate does have a lot of controller support. So you might want to have a look at that if you are looking to participate in any of the races. Ooh, Bouwermeester having a bit of a slide there after needing to brake very hard in front of the McLaren that is in front of him here. Okay, let's quickly go and have a look. Don't think Bouwermeester is going to be able to get into a dive at any point in time now. He had a bit of a slide, so he's lost some time. We've got Rick Thomas, who's still biding his time here in 9th place, watching the BMW and Ferrari in front of him fight it out now, hoping that there is some kind of mistake that is going to happen, maybe some contact or one of them leaving the track. Rick Thomas running a little bit wide, but not invalidating as far as I can tell. This track does allow you to run quite wide on turn 1. So Rick Thomas just waiting for an opportunity here to not get into the fight, but to get a clean overtake. Then we have got Herman Wepner, who's currently running in 2nd place at this point in time, chasing hard behind N. Manuel in the Ferrari car number 18. Still a bit of space in between them. Jason Farmer behind them at this point in time, catching up rather close. We will see whether or not they will catch up. Thank you so much for the likes, Vanessa. I assume it's you. I really do appreciate it. Okay, I don't think we're going to see much action taking place here in front now with Herman. Let's move down over here. Okay, we have got Chris Bouwermeester, who's currently sitting in 10th place. There must have been some kind of accident, just as I predicted. The McLaren must have spun its butt out after coming out of the corner too fast. Bouwermeester was able to make up the time, get the place from him, And now Rick Thomas also managed to get a time over there on this Ferrari who went off the track. The 11th place car also has a drive-through penalty. Maybe it's for track limits, I assume. Bouwmeester very happy managing to get into 10th place. So we have got an XDR sandwich over here. Rick Thomas is in 8th place. And then we have got Bouwmeester who is in 10th place. Will they be squeezing this Ferrari that is in between them? Will Rick be able to assist Bouwmeester by slowing the car down in front of him so that Bouwmeester can get a nice overtake on him? Let's have a look and see what happens. Rick running a little bit wide over there. Still defending the inside line from the Ferrari. Here comes Bouwmeester and we've got contact. Oh no, here comes the wooden spoon. Sure. Mercedes, do you have the spoon ready? Bouwmeester got into an accident. Kappe lekker commentary kan daai ook as 'n stream ding kap. Ja, nee, finesse. Ek oefen maar. Ek is nog baie nuut met al die goeters. Maar ja, eventually gaan ons oorskuif na Twitch toe. Ek het soos 'n blueprint en alles geskep al. Ek moet nog net commentators skryf want obviously dit gaan soos 'n team stream setup wees vir die hele span vir myself insluitende. Maar tot ek dit uitgesorteer kan kry en tot ek actually mense kan hier om dit te doen. Ja, dan gaan ek nou maar net die doen vir nou en dan wanneer ek deelneem aan races dan gaan ek nou obviously net POV stream doen. Maar ja, die commentary ding, ek leer nog hoe om dit te doen. Dis nogal tricky met my dysleksie. Maak dit alles nogals moeilik. Die verkeerde woorde kan uitpop op die verkeerde tyd. So Bouwmeester currently sitting in 11th place over here after having a bit of a whoopsie and getting smacked on the head by Mercedes and the wooden spoon to simulate an accident. Let's quickly see what is going on with the cars in front. Then we have got Rick Thomas who's currently sitting in 13th place. He went in Rick Thomas going for the Pro Strat over. He went for an early undercut on his mandatory pit stop. So we will see whether or not that benefits him in the long run. We've got 18 minutes left of the race. It is a 13 minutes race in total. Now you're actually a really good commentator. Thank you so much, Mercedes. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I've been working with esports and all of that for quite a long time, but I've always been working in the background, doing editing, all kinds of things like that. This is the first time now that I'm actually like behind the camera and attempting to do this. Jy moet 'n spesifieke aand vat, 'n race kies, was goeie racing en het in commentary gooi. Dis waar wat jy sê. Rick Thomas currently sitting in 19th now, but he went for the undercuts on all of the leading cars. We will see whether or not that benefits him in the long run. He's got clean air behind him, clean air in front of him. Let's quickly move up the pack and see how it's going. We have got Chris Bouwmeester who's currently sitting in 10th place. There is quite a bit of time he needs to make up to W Masters who's currently sitting in 9th place. But Air van Heerde in 11th place is coming up hard here behind him. We will see whether or not he can make up that time and then force Bouwmeester into a situation where he needs to defend. Thank you so much for this. I assume it's you for the likes. I really do appreciate it. Let's quickly go check in with Herman where things are boring. Herman still sitting in 2nd place. Jason Farmer in the Ferrari just behind him. And N Manuel also in a Ferrari sitting in front of him. We think it's a Ferrari Cup this with all the Ferraris on the track. Herman hasn't gone for his pit yet. Knowing Herman, he might possibly go for an overcut instead of an undercut because he's part of the leading pack. We will see whether or not that benefits him. Let's go back here to Bouwmeester's perspective. Van Heerde losing a lot of time there on the last corner. So Bouwmeester getting some grace here coming into turn 1. Let's quickly see how things are going with Rick a little bit further back. Now as Bouwmeester is trying to catch up to W Masters in front of him. Rick still has got clean air behind him, clean air in front of him, having a nice clean drive, but Mouton managing to come out in 16th place in front of him after completing his pit stop. We will see whether or not he will be able to make up the 6 seconds that he's behind him. Right now it seems like the most action is going to take place here by Bouwmeester, who's running a little bit wide there out of the corner. Maybe a little bit too hard on the throttle, not braking enough. Bouwmeester trying to catch up to Masters. 15 minutes, halfway mark of the race. Guys need to go and sort out their pits. We will see now whether or not Bouwmeester is going to pit now on the halfway mark, or whether or not he's going to go for an overcut to see whether or not he can make up some places. Bouwmeester currently about 1.5 seconds behind W Masters. We will see whether or not he'll be able to cut that down. Considering there's 14 minutes left of the race, it looks like he might be going for an overcut. So maybe he filled up the car with more fuel and then he's just going to do a quick splash and dash closer to the end in order to minimize the amount of time he spends in the pits. We will see whether or not that works out for him. So, just a bit of update on the XTR drivers. Rick Thomas currently sitting in 16th place. Then we've got Chris Bouwmeester, that is in 9th place. And we have got Herman Webner, who is still in 2nd place. Herman has not yet completed his pit stop. Bouwmeester has not completed his pit stop. Rick has completed his pit stop at this time. So, Rick going for the undercut. And then we've got Chris Bouwmeester and Herman Webner, who might be going for the overcut. We're at that awkward point of the race now where there's not really anything to commentate about with regards to the 3 drivers. I guess it's the drawback from having a team stream. But at the end of the day, we can go with commentating the whole league, or we can have POV stream. But there aren't any driver or any teams that are just focusing on a specific team. So hopefully by doing this, it will encourage other teams to actually start participating and possibly going into the same situation where they actually get casters and start supporting their drivers instead of just relying on the league itself in order to sort it out for them. Flying Laptop, so much for the thank you so much for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, we are busy watching a Monday Night Racing League in ACC. There's 12.5 minutes left of a 30-minute race. We are on the perspective of Chris Bouwmeester. This is a team stream. Who is yet to complete his pit stop. Oh, we can see now Herman Webner has gone for his pit stop at the 12-minute mark. So he has completed his pit stop, coming out in 5th place. He's now currently sitting in 8th place. Okay, 9th place. Hey, this thing is so slow to update. So he's currently sitting in 9th place. But all of the drivers in front of him are still needing to complete their pit stop. So we will see whether or not this undercut from all of the drivers in front of them will help him out. Just over 11 minutes left of this race. Let's go back to the perspective of Chris Bouwmeester, who still needs to complete his pit stop in spite of the fact that there is just over 11 minutes left. Slowly catching up to W Masters. Last time we checked into him, he was sitting at about 1.5 seconds behind Masters. Now he's sitting at a second. So he's definitely catching up in the laps, just finding a nice smooth line to carry through. We will see whether or not he's going to go for the split now. He's going wide here. No, still going for the run. Bouwmeester going for a proper overcut. So we will see whether or not he can catch up to Masters. Now, 0.6 seconds, making up a lot of time, catching up hard. Masters running wide there out of quarter 1. See, the wooden spoon works. That is the truth. Negative reinforcement doing its job over there. The fear of the wooden spoon. Okay, let's quickly have a look. Just before... Ooh, Ferrari, no, I'm not leaving. Ferrari had a bit of a slide over there in front. Boermeister should be making up quite a bit of time now on W Masters here in front of him. We will see as the time updates to see how much time he's made up from that mistake. He's right on his backside now, needing to brake hard to make sure he does not go into him. Let's see whether or not Boermeister will be able to establish an overlap in one of the corners so that he can take the overtake successfully. Words. Currently 0.6 seconds behind. No, 0.5 seconds behind Masters. Still not having to go pit yet, and we are now coming down to the 9-minute mark of this race. Herman Webner currently sitting in 8th place and Rick Thomas in 11th place. Yo. Boermeister still not going for the pit, trying to get as many places as he can. He must have threw his car heavy with fuel. Just going to go for a splash and dash, not going to swap tires by the looks of it. Let's quickly have a look at the rest of our drivers. So, currently we've got Chris Boermeister who's sitting in 4th place. Then we have got Herman Webner who's sitting in 8th place. Clean air in front of him, clean air behind him, also having completed his pit stop. Then we've got Rick Thomas. Clean air in front of him, clean air behind him. Oh dear. Okay, let's go back to Boermeister because there's not much happening over here by Herman and Rick at this point in time. Ooh, ooh. Okay, having a nice clean exit over there. Over the Ford Mustang of who? Is it Pretorius? That's Rick. Yeah. Okay, let's go and have a look. Boermeister currently pushing for and 4th place right now. I am very curious to see when he intends to go and do his pit, and whether or not this will benefit him or whether or not it is going to shoot him in the foot because he is deciding to hold off on the pit stop till so late. 8 minutes left of this race. Sure. Clean air in front of him, clean air behind him. Currently running in 4th place. Still not choosing to go and do his pit stop. Running a proper overcut here at the moment. So then we have got Herman Webner who's currently in 6th place. Clean air behind him. There is a car far off in the distance, but it is a car that is yet to go and pit. So not a car that he is concerned about. From all of the cars that have pitted so far, Herman is currently sitting in the lead. So we will see whether or not he can make up enough time to ensure that he comes out in front of N Manuel, who is also not yet completed his pit. Then we in 9th place we've got Rick Thomas, who is now behind the Mustang of G Pretorius. And we will see whether or not this is the closest to when we're going to get to action right now. So let's see whether or not Rick can get into a nice position over here so that he can establish an overlap and get on the inside of the corner. Seven minutes left of this race. Herman Webner currently in 6th place and Rick Thomas in 9th. Boermeister currently sitting in 4th place but yet to complete his pit stop with 6.5 minutes left of the race. We will see whether or not that plays out well for him. Mustang having a very bad exit there on the last corner. Rick managing to catch up some time. Let's see if he can get into a draft here so he can be pulled along the track here. Running a bit wide to see whether or not he can get on the inside corner over here as the Mustang runs wide. is ACC missing any of the mainstream modern GT3 cars? Zid, as far as I understand, all of the GT3 cars are here. The only car that I'm really aware of that is not an ACC that gets driven in GT3. I'm not sure if it's a different type of league or whatever the case. In the real GT3 setups is the Corvette, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the only car that isn't ACC that I've seen in GT3 races, but I might be mistaken on that. I'm not sure how the real life league works, but the cars are pretty consistent throughout the GT3 races. The manufacturers, they tend to have the same car and just keep on improving on them instead of having a huge variety of manufacturers that are participating in it. Ooh, Rick having a little bit of a slide there. He's not going to be happy with that, losing some time to the Mustang of G Pretorius in front of him. He is going to need to make up that time. Let's quickly go and have a look in with the rest of our drivers. We've got Herman Wespeler, who's sitting on the backside over here of Cube. And there was an accident over here. Let's just go back quickly 20 seconds to see what on earth happened. There was an accident that took place. Who was it? Who was it? I hope it's the right car that I caught here now. Doesn't look like it's this car. Who is that? I am not sure who got into the accident. Bouwmeester is still 4th place. There was a car that was slow on the track. I'm not sure who that was. We missed that one, unfortunately. Bouwmeester in 4th place at the moment, but with 3 minutes left on the race, he really needs to start looking at this pit stop. And okay, here he goes in now. Let's see whether or not there's just going to be a quick splash and dash or whether or not he's going to be taking any tires. Hopefully he does not lose too many spots with this extremely late overcut that we have over here. But anyways, yeah, as I said, Zid, the only car that I've seen running in GT3 is the Corvette. I'm not really aware of any of the other cars or manufacturers that are really participating in the GT3 races. So they've got all of the major ones here. Bouwmeester currently in 4th place. Quick splash and dash, opting not to go for tires. Let's see what position he comes out in over here. Mustang coming out the side. Rick Thomas here just behind Chris Bouwmeester. Chris, his tires might be a little bit on the worn side. So we will see whether or not he'll be able to hold this position. Herman Webner currently sitting in 3rd place. Then we've got Chris Bouwmeester, who's currently sitting in 6th place. And then we've got Rick Thomas in 9th place. We're going to stay on Chris Bouwmeester's perspective for this time. For this point in time, because he has got the fight that is going on over here with G Pretorius. Two minutes left of the race. Running a little bit wide here, unfortunately. We'll see whether or not Rick capitalizes on the situation, or if Rick is going to be like, nah, you're part of the team, just go. Let's watch from Rick's perspective over here. Rick is in a peculiar situation because if he lets off too much for Chris Bouwmeester, then he might have a situation where he's going to have to start fighting with a Ferrari of D-Cup, who is currently sitting in 9th place. Rick is now in 8th place. So we will see whether or not Rick is going to go for an actual overtake here on Chris Bouwmeester. Herman still currently running in 3rd place. Ooh, Rick having a bit of a wobble over there. The infamous McLaren and its backside sliding coming into effect. Luckily, it doesn't look like it cost him too much time. Reis jy nie vanaand nie. Ja, Finesse, ek is net besig om die drivers in my span te ondersteun in die ander ligas wat hulle ry. Ek gaan donderdag aand in die Raceface liga waar ons 'n uur en 20 minute race het, gaan ek self deelneem. Ek gaan dit ook stream. Maar ek sal obviously baie minder praat want ek gaan konsentreer op die track en dan gaan ek self ry. So dit gaan donderdag aand wees. Dit gaan 8:00 se kant begin. Rick Thomas going a bit wide. You're unfortunately needing to be careful because the Ferrari of D-Cup might just try to squeeze into the inside line if he keeps on making mistakes. Great stuff for this. Okay, so that's the race clock that has run out. So the leader is on the final lap. So we have got one more lap of racing that we're going to watch. Herman Wepner currently sitting in 3rd place. Clean air in front of him, clean air behind him. Then we have got Chris Bouwermeester currently sitting in 7th place, chasing the Ford Mustang of G Pretorius. Then we have got Rick Thomas, who's sitting in 8th place, chasing Chris Bouwermeester. So we will be watching from Rick's perspective, so we can somewhat see what is happening with both of our drivers. G Mouton getting a drive-through penalty, most likely for cutting the track too much. He is not going to be happy with that, but Bouwermeester and Rick are going to be thrilled with that because that means that they get a nice spot to make up. So at this point of time, it looks like we are going to have Chris Bouwermeester in 6th place unless he can catch up to the Ford Mustang of G Pretorius. And Rick Thomas is probably going to finish in 7th place unless the caster curse kicks in, because here comes the Ferrari of G Cup, who is sniffing hard on the backside of this McLaren. We will see what happens in the last couple of corners of this race.
The leader has finished the race.
The Ferrari of D-Cup here behind. Rick Thomas getting very impatient, diving for the corners to see whether or not he can get an advantage. Rick needs to be careful now and make sure that he does not have any McLaren wobbles. Coming up to the last corner here now. Bouwermeester hard on the tail of G Pretorius, but not managing to get anything. Ferrari of D-Cup diving hard, but not getting an opportunity to do anything with it. So our standings as it is right now, it hasn't updated yet. We have got Herman Wepner, who came 3rd. Then we have got Chris Bouwermeester, who came in 6th place because G Mouton got a 30-second penalty that he needs to serve after the race now because he did not go and serve his drive-through penalty. And then we are going to have Rick Thomas that finished in 7th place. Well done to the drivers. I hope they had fun. Not a lot of incidents, luckily. Mercedes did a good job with a wooden spoon to ensure that Bouwermeester does not get into any accidents. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, guys. That's it for tonight's stream. This was the Monday Night Racing League. I'll be live again Thursday, where I will be participating myself in the Raceface League. That'll be an hour and 20-minute race. Obviously, I'll be doing a hell of a lot less talking there because I'll be concentrating. But if you feel like supporting, I would really, really appreciate it. Have a good evening, and yeah, have a good week. Take care.
He was doing lap times approximately 1 minute 34 point whatever. To show how much he's improved in the space of the year, although we're not necessarily always seeing it when we see him behind the wheel, but he did a lap of 113.0 something or other this morning. So he's basically found in the space of a year the best part of 3 seconds, which is a significant amount of time for a driver coming into a sport which is diametrically opposite to that of the one that he's been accustomed to make that level of improvement. So it's still a work in progress, and the team were very impressed by his approach and the way that he has delegated his own responsibilities to seeking out information, to use that information to try and improve himself.